Hi, let's start the first video of our course, Modeling the Head. Right now I show to you how to block the head. For this I start with a mannequin that you can find inside the Lightbox window and inside the mannequin folder. For this I use this mannequin selected. There are another mannequins that you can use in another models in the future. This mannequin is created by using this first, so you can pose your character before start modeling. That can be very helpful. To become easier, I just saved a version of this mannequin. You can find the skin saved in the folder of the first chapter. Let's load our mannequin into the scene. Before I start, I like to do some changes on my workplace. I resized my document size to get a full screen. After this, I start adding my model to the document. I don't like this gradient on the background, so I remove the background gradient. To become easier to check and see our model, another thing that I am doing is reduce the field of view. In this case I use 25 to have less perspective and don't create a distortion in the head when you are trying to find the shapes and the proportions. I use the polygroups to get just the important part for starting modeling the head. New model is just a bust, so I don't need the other parts of my mannequin. So I am removing this part using the already existent polygroups. Before I start the modeling, I resize the model to get a better resolution Dynamesh and apply a Dynamesh. After applying my Dynamesh, I use polygroups. I created just one polygroups for my base mesh, and now I can start on modeling. I started creating the general form of my character. So I start with the back. After this I go to the chest and trying to find a good shape for this part of the body. I remove some imperfections created by the Dynamesh using smooth. Removing the imperfections, finding the shape of the back. Try don't run. Just focus on find the best shape of your character using the rules that I showed on the previous video about proportions, and bringing the mesh to bottom and removing some imperfections, trying to find the general shape of my chest and shoulder. I removed some parts of this mesh. I tried with that trim curve, remove this part, but don't work in the mirror. So I changed it to clip curve and remove this part that I am not modeling right now of the shoulder. I think the shoulder must be a little bit higher with the trapeze. Now I am shaping the head, remove these edges. Be very slow to find the exact shape of the head, leaving the bottom part of the head a little bit narrow. Now I'm trying to find the bottom part of the head and the nape. Now I'm pushing the jaw and mandible front and the forehead as well, removing some imperfections with smooth. Trying to find the back. Now the nape. One thing that you need to take care and find the nape, it's some people create a ball on this back part of the head, but this ball don't exist. Now I'm trying to find the shoulder, bring the jaw to front. Now the chin, trying to find the shape of the chin. With flatten, remove the edges on the top of the head. Trying to do something more spherical. Notice this part of the head must be in the same line of the eyes. Removing the perspective to help me see more clear the shape. Modeling this shape, you need to remove sometimes the perspective and sometimes turn on the perspective to help you see the shapes. Now I'm trying to increase the width in the top part of the head, as we saw in the previous video. Notice where is the taller part of the head is in the same direction of the ear. Now, very smooth, I am trying to create the shape of the jaw. You don't need to create a jaw form appear too much in your head, because almost of the shapes of the head and details are subtle, in a subtle way. Now find the shape of the neck, must be almost the same width of the head. Changing the shoulder. Adjust in the back again. Use the flatten to create a more smooth surface. Sometimes you don't need to use the smooth as well to smooth your model. You can use the flatten and H polish. Now I am shaping the chin and the jaw. The larger part of the jaw is not the back part, it's the middle one. So you need to take care to not trying to do a male jaw and leave the back part too larger. On the true, the larger part of the jaw is in the middle of the arch. I'm removing the bottom part of the mesh. Now shaping, I will shape the bottom part to create the chest volume. Flatten, pushing the bottom part, trying to leave the neck more cylindrical. Now find the neck curve. Clipping the edges of the chest to have a more clean model. Now refine the general shapes and forms of my base mesh. Just on the top of the head, adjust on the neck. Now I'm changing the inclination of the head because there are inclination in the neck to front. So I'm selecting my head and neck together, and I use the rotate tool to incline my head to front. Now I'm returning the inclination of the head to capture looks to forward and not to bottom. Removing all the imperfections created by inclination. I'm finding again my jaw, but not too much. You don't need to create a very visible jaw, because on the true, in the subtle way, you can create your jaw. Now it's moving. Finding my chin. Rotating my card to check the general shapes and forms. Now changing the inclination of the shoulder to get a better shape. Checking the front of the head and changing the shape, bringing the forehead to front. Checking my jaw. As can you notice, I am leaving the middle part of the arc of the mandible larger than the back parts. I changed the material of my base mesh and I used the basic standard to be more easy to see what I'm doing and check if my model is going well. I will add a little bit of wax effect. To do this, I go to render properties, and you turn the wax preview. After this, I go to material and add some wax effects. Moving with the flatten some imperfections on the top of the head. Trying to find the best shape of the chin, use the reference. Now the jaw. Finishing my basing, changing the color to something near of my skin. A warm yellow. And that's it. We have our base mesh, and see you in the next video.
学习过程中还有疑问，